game 2 of this set of 2 games in the round robin between LGD and iG.Vitality. iG.Vitality, they looked okay for a second, and then Ame just made it the Ame show, completely just ran all over IGV, and that was the story of the game, just the Ame show. He completely obliterated IGV, never dying, 15 kills to his name on that Monkey King, and absolutely destroyed him. We get into this game 2, Tusk, Gyrocopter for iG.Vitality, and LGD, Tiny Disruptor. So anything different from this draft than the first game that really stands out at you, Potom?
Well, nothing different from iG.Vitality so far. The exact same bands, maybe the Chen added there. So they want to get rid of that. I must say, I'm curious if we're going to see Monkey King again. They could go for it, right? I mean, there's a Tusk and a Gyrocopter. There's a little harder targets for him, but Monkey King still looks pretty prominent, and with Tiny Disruptor already on the field, that gives enough space for him to farm up. So I'm going to put my money on, if he doesn't get banned out, they're going to run into the Monkey King once more for the side of LGD.
Yeah, and then we'll see Ame Show version 2 real quick. And I don't know what you do if you're IGV, because Ame was giving you no slack in terms of the game.
Yeah, they closed out the game so fast, and I think like IG wants to a little bit preserve a little bit more power in the mid game, and with Tusk and Gyrocopter coming out, they have a little bit more defense if they fall behind. Last game it was like, we fall behind and then you play from a position where your PL has a decent amount of farm, but no one else on your team has levels or gold to work with, especially the Witch Doctor, for example. And I feel like last game it was just, yeah, it was Monkey King running over them. You can just keep repeating now. And this time they're probably going to look for something more aggressive early on, or even more aggressive. While Sand King still remains a possibility. I would like the Sand King. Sand King Tusk is really powerful.
But is Sand King Tusk enough? Like, if they get Monkey King, is Sand King Tusk enough?
You could say that they have at least kill potential on him. They still need to look for an offlaner that doesn't fall victim to the Jingle Mastery. That's a nice one as well. Warlock is a good way to limit down the Monkey King. Don't forget, this is Fatal Bombs together with a Rocket Barrage. On a hero that can stick around so far in the back that he doesn't fall victim to the Tiny that easily.
Warlock, always nice to have, and he will be in that position 5. Tusk going to be in that position 4. Gyrocopter, is this mid or safe lane Gyrocopter? Because we've seen a bit of everything with him.
I would say running it in the safe lane is more likely. I don't think they committed to any of the mid picks yet. Banning out the Death Prophet, for example, just indicates that they haven't settled on it yet. I could see the Dragonite coming out for iG.Vitality. That is a strong possibility, especially because of both Pugner and DP getting banned out. So there's no magic burst damage beside like an OD. And even if there is an OD, they have an answer with Tusk Warlock.
One of the things I've been realizing, too, is Gyrocopter recently has kind of been shut down. Is there something that's really leading to this hero that had been so aggressive and so well used, where he was winning every game, that the last 3 games or so we saw him kind of falling out?
I think it's not always only the Gyrocopter. It's just his insane ability to keep up on the map with farm. The way you beat Gyrocopter is to establish dominance over the enemy jungle early on. With heroes like a Tiny, for example, or the Bounty Hunter recently more in the meta, you can establish that. Because if there's a Tiny roaming in your jungle with a Shadow Blade, you don't want to be there. And we're gonna see another Earth Spirit. That's interesting.
Yeah, X-Nova is apparently quite nice at this hero as well, and it'll be interesting to see how that goes with X-Nova on the Earth Spirit, and if it holds up to Afu. And Omni Knight makes it all the way through. So Omni Knight here for iG.Vitality. Their lineup's starting to really formulate quite well.
Omni Knight pick. It would be
really
filthy Omni Knight pick. No Sun King, it's an Omni Knight Tusk lane instead. Really like that.
iG.V's turn to
Go to the Lifestealer this time for Ame.
That is greedy. So they have a good combination Earth Spirit Lifestealer with Disruptor, but I feel like this Omni Knight is completely uncontested. If he's gonna take up an early level and repel, probably on level 3 or 4, he's just gonna run away from the lane. So I'm not sure what they want to accomplish with the Lifestealer lane. It doesn't look that strong.
Well, I definitely have to see. It puts Tiny in the off lane position. Lifestealer safe lane. Do they need something mid? Say, I was gonna say Storm, but it just got banned out.
I gotta say, I'm expecting a puck coming out from LGD. It's one of the logical mid laners. Maybe the UD even getting banned out by them, depending on where they want to go with this. But it would give them a reliable Knight's Bomb, and they have a silence against the Omni Knight. Well, an additional one at least. They have something to interrupt the Warlock, and no big lockdown. And with the Dragon Knight ban, this must be a bug, right?
It definitely looks that way. You had talked about how the Puck Dragon Knight matchup a couple times, so with that DK getting banned out, it definitely seems to me that they might be going into that direction with the Puck, but there are definitely a bunch of heroes that they could go with. I mean, could we see something that we don't see so often, maybe like Ember mid?
Ooh, don't think Ember is the pick here. While yes, it's nice to have him against the Gyrocopter, he's generally not that great. I would advise against the Ember Spirit, but alright, the Tinker, that's a good one as well. We missed out. The laser being extremely powerful against the Gyrocopter. Just has to watch out for the Warlock not getting stunned in the sidelines, because IG has a certain amount of initiation for the Tinker. Question is, do you run the puck on the side of IG now?
10 seconds remaining.
Well, you've got Omni Knight off lane, but he could switch to safe lane, gyro mid, puck off lane. They could do that, but they don't have to. There's a bunch of different lineups that they could have to roll in with that puck, but they go to the Razor, and it will be off lane Omni Knight, Cicada on that Gyrocopter, Miracle on the Razor. So mid gyro, safe lane, Razor.
Surprising that the Razor actually got through. Might have been a good pickup for LGD as well, but now, yeah, Razor against the Lifestealer. I completely missed the Razor. Just imagine the Razor for LGD against the Omni Knight and the Gyrocopter. Would have been a prime pickup.
Yeah, but I kind of like OGD's lineup. If Tinker's able to get that first item or two, as well as, you just have Lifestealer and Tiny just kind of frontline for you, where Tinker finds the right positioning, is able to shoot lasers and rockets, it makes it quite hard for iG.V to make anything happen in team fights, it seems. But that, of course, comes more towards the mid to late game.
I gotta say, I think in July on the Omni Knight, they're gonna run over them with Omni Knight and Razor. They just have a super solid mid game. Look at it. This is not only Omni Knight and Razor, they also have that Gyrocopter to fall back onto with the big team fight out from the Warlock, a hero that doesn't need any items. Same with the Tusk. They provide lockdown, they provide a big teamfight ult, and they have 3 heroes that are insanely well off with cost-efficient items like drums and face boots.
Prepare for battle.
You rock.
So 1-0 in favor of LGD, and we'll definitely have to see how it works out, as could be a 1-1 split. This is the first series for iG.V, I believe. And I think this is also the first series for LGD, if I remember correctly, just because they had to cancel their previous series. So, it looked good game 1 for LGD. iG.V hoping to have none of that same outcome in the second game. So, let's see how this does work out, and how FY, who's going to be on this Earth Spirit, works this game for LGD. It's X-Nova on the Disruptor.
30 seconds to battle.
Also, I really like their setup on lanes already. It's Miracle Bottom with the Razor against Tiny, a lane where he can pretty much run rampant and have a free farm. Chalice is not gonna fall that much into that much trouble, but still nice dodge.
Actually, FY doesn't get the roll. I thought for a second maybe the side of IG would come in and make them pay for this, but at the same time, they're running after Ame with the homing missile coming through as well as the Shadow Word. He is really eating quite a bit of damage this early on. He doesn't have a salve, he just has tangos, so it's a rough start for Ame. They've got 3 heroes here in the off lane. Over mid will be the Gyrocopter, and then solo by himself is Miracle on the Razor. So, any of these lanes really standing out at you? As Boulder comes out on In July, they've got the Thunder Strike. No Boulder Smash or anything to follow it up, and with the Shadow Word, In July will be just fine. But now FY, Purification lands on top of him. He is forced to back off.
Wasn't really expecting the first spot there, but it's an Omni-Knight Warlock lane. They have so much sustain on this that In July should be able to just run away from any trouble. And same with Super. He's going to stick in the back line and just exists to the Shadow Word.
Yeah, it definitely seems like LGD, at least with just X-Nova and Ame, are here for just the farm and or maybe not the potential add a couple of kills. It seems like it should be even, but over mid, dogfights in a really bad spot as FY continues on forward. There's the laser, the shots come through, there's the rocket, and maybe with the first blood on the dogfights. So they take the early lead and they pick up where they left off from game 1. So, you were talking about how the Lifestealer might be not the best pick here for LGD, but I kind of believe that if they can do enough with the Tinker as well as the Tiny, it opens up enough space for the Lifestealer for him to really run away with this come the mid late game. Or mid.
Great shots in the mid lane coming out once more.
Yeah, dogfights.
It's a tough lane to get anything done. You have an Earth Spirit just sitting around on FMI, then you have the Tinker sitting in the back line, so you have that laser, eliminates a lot of damage coming out from the Gyrocopter, so he has to completely rely on the Rocket Barrage. It's just all the lanes are going super well for iG.Vitality here. I don't see them having any disadvantage. Going forward, as soon as they pick up some levels, Razor bottom is doing great. Top lane, it's an Omni-Knight lane with a Warlock as a backup, and in the mid lane, you have a Gyrocopter who's always going to get some farm.
You think IGV in all these lanes just are good enough where they could take the early game and spiral out of control, or do you need a little bit too much, maybe, say, on the Razor to use this good early game to really snowball like that?
I think looking at IG, they want to wait for the face drums on at least 2 of the heroes. Most notably would be the Gyrocopter and the Razor, just so they have the movement speed advantage. And Open Wounds, for example, won't be that much of a problem for them just because of the Omni-Knight. There's also the Tusk Snowball they can capitalize on, as well as Warlock running around. Shadow Word is a powerful spell.
Super, as well as In July, come over. They do spot these creeps pulled by X-Nova. They'll pull them right on back. But it's really just, again, it's not an aggressive lane from either side. It's more just securing the farm over top.
FY chasing a little bit in mid on block 5, but no chance we're going to see a kill here.
And that seems to be the case in a lot of these spots.
And nobody wants to really go aggressive on anyone in this game. In July just wants his levels, Army just wants to farm up, and Super is content with just battling up with Nova, who's actually trading quite well considering he's level 3 on Disruptor and leveled up the Thunderstrike once, so he's still undecided, but sooner or later, this is going to be a problem on the top lane with the Omni-Knight.
He's level 3, Ame as well level 3. Shadow Word comes out to heal up In July. The sustain, again, as you had stated earlier, is just really ridiculous for the side of IGV, where I just don't think LGD are going to get kills, and they do have to just focus on the farm. Focus on staying alive, focus on getting yourself that farm, and you should be okay. But the Open Wounds comes out on In July. The chase is on from Ame, and that's just enough to push him back and heal up a little bit as he continues to stick it in this lane and posture. So over mid, let's take a look. Sakata trying to get away, maybe locked in. Nice shards coming out from dogfights to keep him stationary. And with that haste too, Tinker not able to find anything over mid, and now In July forced to use that salve. So into the trees he goes. He places an observer ward. He gets back to full health. Ame a little bit low, a little bit weary here to stay over in this top lane. As In July just coming over, chasing X-Nova ready with that level 2 purification.
Yeah, there's just so much sustain in this lane that he just runs over the disruptor at one point. So Nova really has to watch out that he doesn't overstep his boundaries even by an inch. Especially with the Young Knight and now with the boots finished. So
Ooh, they actually think about going in on Super. The Rolling Boulder comes through. There's the repel onto this Warlock, but they could turn their attention towards In July. They do have Boulder Smash to push him back, but they won't use it that way. The Purification comes out on FY as well as Ame. And he stays alive again, and also has the Shadow Word on him. And he's back to full health, just like that.
still only 1 kill down 5 minutes into the game, and that's not what you would expect from an Earth Spirit game with a Disruptor on the field. They try to smoke up and make up for it in the mid lane, which is probably the best target on the Gyrocopter. Tinker is now sitting on level 5 to the level 3 of Gyro. So they have the burst damage to work with the laser.
There it is. There's the rolling Boulder Smash back into the lane with the laser. The Rockets will get the kill. And that is another one over mid as they kill the Gyrocopter off for the first time, but is the second kill in the mid lane. So they get that kill that they were looking for, that they were really yearning for. They'd moved around the map a couple of times, not leading to anything. And they'll be happy to take that kill on the Tinker for sure.
Yeah, the mid lane is going really well for the Tinker. He's sitting on 28 last hits to the 16 of the Gyrocopter. The other lanes are doing fine as well. Lifestealer, he's completely even with the Omni Knight, even though he's getting kind of roughed up at the moment against him. And their bottom lane, well, it is a Razor lane who's dominating the last hit shot. Tiny is doing, I guess, okay. It could have been way worse. As bad as the Gyrocopter in mid, who's sitting on 16 last hits to the 29 of the Tinker.
Chases on the Ame for just a moment. But they've got X-Nova here, and as well as FY, so they got to be careful. There's the Kinetic Field, Boulder Smash, Super with the Shadow Word again, and the sustain is just too much. I think they should really just focus their attention over mid. Just continue to go after the Gyrocopter, slow him up.
I mean, Gyro is almost broken in mid lane, I would say. He can't even do that much anymore. He can occasionally put out a missile. He's not getting any experience.
With the rage over top in July. Boulder Smash onto a couple of these heroes. There's the Snowball. They'll take out this Lifestealer. They look over at FY. The Shadow Word keeps In July alive as well as the Repel. They'll get themselves a second one. They look over at X-Nova with the Upheaval, slowing him up so much. Tries to TP away. Is the damage there with the Ice Shards? No. He will be able to TP out.
No additional purification in July, choosing to skip the Soul Ring for now, going for the face boots straight up. It's an interesting choice. Usually you want that Soul Ring for the reliable heal output, just to secure some last hits even, and then go into the face boots. But this choice is fine as well. Gives him the ability to chase down the Disruptor quite efficiently, as well as the Earth Spirit if he tries to gank and doesn't get the first hit off.
Got it.
iG.V, LGD, even at 2 so far, and if there's anything to take away at this point, it's that iG.V is surviving 8 minutes in. No, it's not like game 1. Avalanche,
they're surviving.
Miracle, and now with the static link, you can't really do that much as Chalice, but with the rest of the team coming through, they're able to get the kill on the Razor. Chalice wasn't able to get that damage out as it had been taken away, minus 133. But with the rest of the team coming through, they've got the Laser, they've got the Rockets, and maybe helps this team get a kill and grab a little bit of a lead.
Still, the mid lane is struggling with the Gyrocopter. It doesn't even have boots at this point. He only has the Aquila finished up. I must say, this Tinker is going to fill the role of just providing global power to them. Wow, another kill on Gyro in mid.
Yeah, that was Laser Rockets, Rolling Boulder coming through from FY. Just easy kill on the Gyrocopter. And it may... Omni Knight's going to find farm, but if Gyro can't really do anything, I think this is overall a pretty decent win for LGD.
I mean, LGD is winning all their lanes right now, beside maybe the Lifesteal lane. Their bottom lane did okay with the Tiny. We still have to see something from him. He is going for that Shadow Blade. I believe, yeah, he's going for a lot of small items, apparently. But they're gonna start securing those tires with the reliable damage from both Chalice and maybe even the Lifestealer rotating in. With the first Infest ganks, they should be able to get 1 or 2 kills here and just try and help the Tinker reach this reach his Blink Dagger, just being able to provide more pressure on the map.
You can definitely feel the pressure coming in over top as they lose that top tier 1. And then the rotation from Super to keep alive this bottom tier 1 of his own. Over Ame. Uh-oh. He's locked in, trying to get to the creep. So now he's found himself a little bit of trouble. Nobody over there to help him stay alive. There's the rage. He needs the infest just not in time. And they'll take out 1. They'll take out 2. I thought for a second Lifestealer had survived that. But Dogfights gets the double kill, and they take out the Lifestealer and Disruptor. That is a big couple of kills.
Just the power of the task, hitting those gold shards, completely boxing it in. Your rage won't help you if you can't run anywhere. I say, this is going to be their first jump timing. The Omni Knight or Razor finishes up first, but they have 2 jumps at pretty much the same timing. That means they can reliably push with the Gyrocopter and try to give him the space he desperately needs.
Call down you, Cicada. Over smash. Not on the Afu level.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Looking like they're going to lose this tower. I'm waiting to see if they can do anything about this. The Tusk Dogfight's in a really nice spot.
Dire's middle
Just
tower
ready to
has
go
fallen.
in if LGD try to defend this tier 1 tower.
Yeah, there's still no Infest gang coming in, and I felt like with both the supports being a little bit underleveled, FY sitting on level 4 on the Earth Spirit, level 4 on the Disruptor as well, compared to the Tusk on level 5, and Warlock just picking up that level 6, they have a experience disadvantage, and I feel like they need to do something about that, but they're gonna run straight into the smoke gang.
Oh, maybe. He's got a TP out. They'll give up the life of FY. That means that their Tinker survives, especially with the boots of travel, so he will fall, but again, Tinker gets away. And I think that is the saving grace for LGD at the moment, while Lifestealer goes for this Radiance.
No Blink Dagger quite yet top. Oh, they might have snagged the kill on the Gyrocopter.
Yeah, he went from
Chalice is still chasing.
Went from the Shadow Blade into the Blink Dagger. So he's thought about Shadow Blade, changed his mind, went Blink Dagger. Which one do you think is best suited for LGD at the moment?
Radiant's top tower is under
I think the Blink Dagger might be a good idea for Chalice, simply for the fact that he can reliably get away from the Omni Knight if he manages to stuns him up. Same with getting past the shards, which your Shadow Blade does not provide. On the other hand, if you go for that Shadow Blade, maybe even into a Silver's Edge, you have something against both the Razor and the Omni Knight to work with, and additional burst damage is always welcome against heroes such as Tusk.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Maybe working on his Blink Dagger as well. He sits top of the net worth. He's doing a very good job of securing his farm, trying to open up the map for the rest of his team. Ame just out of harm's way on those shards. And again, Chalice getting close to a Blink Dagger of his own, and now finally has the gold for it. So he'll get that Blink Dagger. Now they have a little bit of initiation to play with. Is this the moment where LGD starts to really come alive? But I think maybe hold on.
Tinker.
Yeah, they go for the snowball with the call down. Not enough damage. The
Shots.
upheaval is there. Oh, he stops the TP immediately with the homing missiles, and now he might be dead. He stops in the upheaval. With the rocket barrage coming through, they do get the kill on a maybe.
Dire's middle tower.
That almost went siphon. This is actually a nice warding position over there. It's not going to get dewarded anytime soon.
Ooh, Avalanche toss with the blink from Chalice. Doesn't get the kill, so now he's in between a rock and a hard place. Survives, thankfully, from the boulder smash that came through from the Earth Spirit, but he ends up dropping anyway, so the save didn't really work out enough. They end up taking 2, possibly 3 kills if they find FY. FY doesn't get to the low ground.
The
The
shots.
shards are just holding out what iG.V is ready to throw their way. And there's the snowball upheaval, just a deadly combination with the rocket barrage. They'll get another kill, 3 die on LGD, and iG.V now, uh-oh, this is chaotic offering being thrown. Ame trying to make something happen. Static Storm lands on nobody, and this is all of a sudden looking really sloppy from LGD. They try to get the ice shards out. Dogfights no longer has any mana left over, so he's gonna have to just run away.
Dire's bottom tower is under
And they
attack.
don't even follow up on Dogfights just yet until Chalice, he's here. Blink, Avalanche, Toss, Rockets. avoid it thanks to the snowball. I don't know if that was intentional, but Rockfights will still end up dropping a Chalice, and that's a 3-time kill streak taken out.
I must say, LGD looked a lot better in this fight with the Tinker, even though they lost him at the start. He's still struggling to find his Blink Dagger, and now they're up against the triple drums from IG. Both Gyrocopter, Omni-Knight, and Razor. It's a drum party.
Did you go as
Maybe
far
they just
as...
start a band?
Yeah, that's where I was going. Like, you know, that's what I was gonna say. Gonna say we might as well start a drum circle.
Good girl as well. But I get you. From now on, you're responsible for the bad jokes, and I do the serious commentary. We got a deal?
No, you don't know. I want you in on this too. I can't be the only one looking like an idiot at all times.
Usually I just do the dad jokes, but there's not many available in this game.
Avalanche
there's a tiny amount of them
all the way to FY, right into the boulder smash. They don't have the kill just yet, but with the geomagnetic grip and the kinetic field, there's no way that he's getting out of here. But now Miracle with the chase, the glimpse back, that keeps him alive. But look at this slow on the Chalice. The degen or the upheaval, just so much. Avalanche, do they have the toss? Not yet. Chalice maybe in a little bit too deep. And like that Sum 41 song, he is in too deep. And there's the plasma field to get the kill on the Chalice. Blinking and reinitiating and actually eating a death for going in too far.
A shrine party going on for the side of LGD, but their lifestealer is still farming at Radiance. I must say I disagree with the Radiance. I really don't like it against the team of IG, because they don't depend on that physical damage output. They have the Gyrocopter with heavy magic burst coming through. The Warlock can lock people down. They have Omni-Knight with the Purification, which even goes through the Rage. And then there's the Razor, who steals the damage away from the life. So lots of physical coming out. It's just... is the Radiance enough to stop this? I don't think so. I think more fight-related items, just as a Sanjin Yasha, might help benefit him more in the fights.
Ooh, Blink, Avalanche Toss, Static Storm, Boulder Smash. Dead is this Omni-Knight. A very nice move from LGD. The Shards will not lock in FY's. The Rolling Boulder is already out there, so he gets away. Nice in and out to kill off the Omni, who is doing quite well at 17 minutes into this game.
Yeah, and even the Gyrocopter recovered. Razor's still a star of the show. Starting out with the Yasha, going into that SNY. Same with the Gyrocopter, SNY there as well. Gonna do... nope, it's a yield for the Omni-Knight, so no triple SNY. Oh, Chalice.
Smoke gets broken,
Nice.
There's the snowball, the blink away, X-Nova in the trees! And he gets out. Again, they think about reinitiating, but there's the homing missile upheaval. Ame in a lot of trouble, nobody to infest to. Gets the rage off, and the Walrus Punch comes out. Avalanche thrown from Chalice. They really need to get Ame out of here. And he's not infesting, not going into Chalice, which I think is a huge problem, because now he has no way to get out of here.
Oh, again, this warding on the high ground just helping out tremendously in those fights.
I don't understand that. That seemed really greedy to think you don't need... I don't know. Greedy's not the right word. But toss comes through into the kinetic field, Boulder Smash. Nice kill on Omni-Knight. But unfortunately, Omni's just not finding fun. Yeah. And there's the glimpse on back. Super in a little bit of trouble. The Chaotic Offering is going to fly. Geomagnetic Grip is going to hit onto the Warlock with the Rolling Boulder. But FY, look at this damage coming out from the Gyrocopter, who had such a bad early game. And now all of a sudden is throwing it out on LGD. They'll kill off X-Nova as well. They'll take the Tier 2 tower. And IGV, this is a huge turnaround from what we saw in Game 1. And I like that, because IGV, again, like I said in the previous game, is a very notable team with who they have, and they haven't been able to really put everything together. But now, in this game at least, it looks pretty good.
It looks pretty good, but you must keep in mind that LGD, they pretty much know it from IG as well. They own a timer. There will be that point where if they don't transition fast enough into the late game with Razor, Gyrocopter, and Omni-Knight, they're gonna fall off, because there's a Tinker on the field, phenomenal at high ground defense. There's a Lifestealer to potentially carry. There's a Tiny who deals a lot of damage. They're definitely on a timer here with their street drum strat.
They are doing a decent job overall. And they've pushed it into the tier 3 over bottom. No damage on it just yet. But if they could keep up the aggression and maybe find a couple more kills, we could see them go high ground or just clean up the outer towers on the side of LGD. So iG.V definitely have their opportunity to make something happen. But like you said, they're on a timer, and I do agree with that. I think it's not soon, but we could see it a little bit starting to arise.
Yeah, it all comes down if they are actually able to defend this high ground with the Tinker, because then you're looking at the lifestealer who can't be anywhere on the map with Tinker.
Radiant structures are fortified.
So, let's take a look. Tinker just continuing to push over this, or push out this creep wave over top.
Under attack.
And Miracle going for the BKB next over mid FY. Yeah, that's going to be another kill coming out for iG.V. They've got the Walrus Punch. Meanwhile, on the back lines, they'll kill off X-Nova as well. So 2 kills for the side of iG.V. They'll take out FY. And 4,000 net worth lead for iG.Vitality. None of those heroes have buyback in off that. Maybe you just push a little bit with these creeps. But Cicada going over towards bottom as Ame is forced to TP away as Miracle just taking all that damage.
Yeah, Rage and TP is really powerful here as well. There's only the task to potentially cancel it, unless they really want to drop the rock for it. I'm gonna say it's still looking super stable for iG here. Their Razor is still dominating network chart, and this is against the Tinker, who should by at this point be ahead after the phenomenal start against the Jaro in mid.
Ooh, Dogfight's actually fighting Zame. There's the Ice Shard, Snowball, Walrus Punch, locks him in long enough where they're gonna have the damage to get this kill. Miracle cleans up
It's gonna be an
Ame.
opener to go for Roche. He's a Roche on the T2 tower, and with in July running, yeah, no fear, I am Omni Knight.
Oh, there's the Yules on the Chalice call down. That'll hit once, so he can no longer blink out of here just yet. In July finds him. Oh, wow. Hello,
Oh, no.
Cicada, you're gone. As Chalice does get the kill, there's the toss out onto the Omni Knight, as well as the glimpse into the Static Storm kinetic field. iG.V, they lose 2 huge heroes here. Very interesting that... Wow, just Gyrocopter ripped apart. Let's take a look at that death summary.
That was
Laser.
something a little bit overextended, I would say. That Jaro really realized I might not want to run with my drums through the March of the Machines. That did so much damage for him. Yeah, 1,000 damage only from the Tinker, and 500 of that from the March of the Machines. So a little bit of a blunder, you could say.
A little bit is an understatement with that one. I do believe that they had just found their opportunity to maybe push some tier 2s or possibly take Roche, and that got thrown away real quick. Maybe he's got a lot of farm. He's going for the Ags next. iG.V, I think, have to really pick up the pace if they want to get out of this game with a W.
Yeah, once that Agnums comes online for the Tinker, he's just gonna sit in the back line with his Isolance, and then actually did choose to go for the cast range as well. So we're gonna look at lasers that disable the entire iG lineup. They only have that one repel. Razor is building into the BKB, so that's not going to be a big issue for him. Same with the Jaro, but I don't know if the BKB timings will be fast enough for them in this game. They're looking for the Rage Arm with the Rage in July, I would say. Might want to put it on Miracle, actually. But it really doesn't matter on which of their 3 drum carriers they put it on. But just having an extra life, that's going to caught LGD off guard, I would say.
There it is. There's the Aegis picked up by the Razor. And
yeah, I think that's the right choice. He's the highest net worth hero after all.
now they got to make something off of this, but LGD, they're looking to immediately counter. Ame breaks the smoke, shows himself with the rest of the team coming in. Rolling Boulder, Geomagnetic Grip, not going to land on Miracle, but finally the Boulder Smash comes through. Ice Shard's placed down, but still not doing enough. They look to turn it around onto Ame, who's really in a bad spot with the Rage. Now they've got the Static Link. Miracle trying to take that damage. Ame's got nowhere to go. He can't DP out. He is gone. X-Nova, the glimpse, not in time. And that actually helps Razor get away.
Free kill.
They take on the lifesteal, maybe almost with the laser getting the kill onto Miracle.
Nothing for the lifestealer. This is such a great trade they managed to pull off here. And they're gonna shrine up, they're not even gonna lose the Aegis, and with that, they're probably gonna try to push one of these T2 towers. Tinker can't defend both of them.
Pulls out. Boulder Smash comes in. There's the toss, but in July continuing to run. Upheaval not doing enough to them just yet. Slows down the gyrocopter for just a moment. The homing missile is out. We take a look at the high ground. X-Nova able to TP away. And now FY with throwing Boulder. He's made enough space to walk it out as well.
Yeah, they all bailed out of that one. They didn't want to lose any additional heroes here. It's just... IG starts to run out of drum charges. They even build another drum as backup on the Warlock, so they are up to a total of 4 drums. Wonder if Dogfights wants to pick up the 5th, make it the drum team.
I'm telling you, drum circle. All of a sudden, you're gonna hear iG.V. Yeah, you're gonna hear iG.V. Their comms are gonna get all weird with the drum circle going on, a lot of hippie music, just hey oh, and I'm telling you, 5 drums, it starts to get weird. Get excited.
Just.
I told you, I'd take over for the bad jokes. Blink, Avalanche into the toss in July, getting a little bit low, has the repel. There's the chaotic offering, turnaround from iG.V. Now they're looking to go in. Ame again caught in a bad spot with the static link. Down he is gonna go. They'll get themselves one. Now you look over the rest of the fight as the call down comes through from the side of iG.Vitality. They do lose dogfights. They continue on forward. The damage is out on to this Razor. Miracle's got to watch out a little bit as he doesn't exactly want to give up that Aegis just yet. But Border Smash, Laser, Rocket, Spirit Vessel, Geomagnetic Grip, and they'll pop that Aegis. And oh, Miracle now with the BKB. That's the static link going after FY, has the damage with the Golem, gets the kill. There's Purification, so look at that. Just iG.V. continuing to get a couple of kills here.
They try to kill him one more time after the Aegis, but he just lays down the static link, activates BKB, and just hits down the Earth Spirit. This Razor Pick is turning out more and more advantage for them.
Ooh, Avalanche, toss, Miracle, into the Glimpse, under the tier 2 tower. Has the repel, able to avoid being pulled back.
Yeah, repel is such a key spell. It's a free BKB or the transition before they all reach their BKB. Omnion is going for the pipe next, so they're gonna comfortably run through the march of the machines. So far, this is the only thing that actually hinders them from pushing up those T2 towers.
Smart money.
So let's see, Gyrocopter, BKB soon. Ags for Razor, how do you feel about that?
I think it's the right call. They lack the pushing power on the high ground. They can't really bring the Gyrocopter to the front line because he is going to run into March of the Machines. I feel like with the Aghanims on the Razor, they can just activate Eye of the Storm, run up high ground with BKB and Repel, and he's going to deal damage to the tower and force that fortification. So they're looking at their own kind of way of slow siege because there's nothing on the side of LGD that goes through that BKB.
Nothing too certain in terms of win percentage on that graph. I was just taking a look at. It's going to be a little bit of some time before Razor gets that Ags. And they've got the Solar Crest on the Lifestealer, so let's see. OGD. Ame is 0-6. I didn't realize how poorly that had been for him so far.
Yeah, he just got a hard countered twice. There's the Omni Knight together with one of the heavy sustain supports like the Warlock. And then you're looking at the Tusk, who is really good at zoning out the lifesteal, ignoring the rage of him, cancelling rage TP even. And oh, Chalice, you don't want this jump.
Over mid, there's the Yule, stops the TP, and Chalice more than dead. As Cicada
he tried to jump
kill
on the Gyrocopter, and then he just got caught off guard by the gank coming in from behind, so really nice rotation.
And Dogfights dies over bottom, but I'm not surprised as they were eyeing him up for quite some time. But Miracle's here, and we'll see if he maybe wants to go in on X-Nova or FY, or just join his team to push mid. Does the Sentry spot this?
They wait for the Tinker. Someone has to watch out here.
So in July, just tanking the March of the Machines, not exactly the smartest decision. as well as lasers and rockets. But there's the flat cannon, cleans up the creeps. Miracle with plasma fields. Still just Tinker throwing these laser and rockets as well as the March of the Machines to the point where iG.V, they got to back off just a bit, and they end up letting that tower get denied.
Only a 2k lead remaining. I must say, their lineup kind of hit peak. And now LGD is running the Tinker show. Radiance is up on the lifesteal as well. He did choose to go for the Solar Crest. He's now looking for probably SNY. I doubt it's going to be a Manta, but he's going to run up high ground. No.
Find Ame again. Chalice with the Avalanche. There's a Chaotic Offering. That's it, hitting on it too. So that's a little bit of a problem, but now the Forest F. Oh no! The kick down from FY, is that smart enough? I don't know. Now he's got to pop out of the Infest. They take a look at Chalice. They'll get the kill. Ame, he'll fall as well. That was actually crazy. I thought for a second that was a genius play to get him out of the low ground, but 4 heroes die. The buybacks come out from the Disruptor, the Tiny, as well as the Earth Spirit. They're continuing to go on in. Maybe he's got to make something happen with the Boulder Smash hitting onto 2 of these heroes, as well as the Static Storm. They'll kill off maybe, but in July, he'll go down. He doesn't have buyback. Miracle's doing so much in this lane. It's a rampage for Miracle. He's looking for more, but with the Spirit Vessel and the Rockets, he'll finally eat the dust. And 2 heroes die in iG.V. They're deep behind the barracks, and they will lose dogfights here too, but that forced out 3 buybacks.
4 buybacks even. Tinker, Tiny, Disruptor, and Ospit all bought back. This is just the power of the Omni Knight right there. So they got the perfect static link with 210 damage. Almost the maximum amount from the lifestealer. They repelled they pretty much repelled the Razor up here, run up the high ground. After the repel ran out, they had the Blacking Bar with 9 seconds. After that, another repel. So a total made of like 20 seconds of complete invincibility because it was regenerating so much as well. This catapulted them ahead. This set LGD's timing back a good 10 minutes.
I didn't really expect the Razor to be able to do that, but it was bad positioning from Chalice as well as Ame, and then the kick down from FY, which was questionable. I thought maybe it would have worked as Razor came to the high ground, but he's so fast that he went onto the high ground, came down the other stairs, and was still able to catch both of them out.
It was just a complete rundown with the Razor, and he's gonna have so much money now. He's actually going for the Shiva before the Agnum's realizing, hey, I might want something else just to slow them down. And I must agree with him. And looking for the mid. Nope, not gonna catch anyone this time.
So now LGD falling behind. They're down 8,000 net worth. iG.V, I think with one more fight, especially with the buybacks expended, they could look to win this game. Split this series at 1 with a hard, probably the favorite of this group, LGD. And Ame, he's there on the high ground. There's the Boulder Smash, not going to hit on anything. In July, continue to move on forward. The Walrus Punch, that's going to lead on Ame. Now they got the Static Link with the TP attempts, but this is going to be too much damage. He's down for 70 seconds. The blink away from Chalice. Now they've got the Snowball and X-Nova. They need Ice Shards, but they've got the upheaval from the Warlock. X-Nova in a lot of trouble, and he will end up dropping. So 2 heroes gone. No buyback from either of those heroes.
They just run up high ground.
FY still up here over by the secret shop area, thinking about dropping that Chaotic Offering.
Intimidation rock.
March of the Machines doing quite a bit of work, but they're still losing this tier 3. If they're able to get in on the Tinker and take out Tinker, that could just be the game. He bought back. 4 heroes bought back in the previous exchange, despite what I said was 3. You corrected me immediately with 4 and was correct. So they look to really just make them pay, take the tier 3 tower, back off towards Roche, Aegis Cheese in their favor, and then go at it once again and look to finish it all up.
It's just gonna get harder and harder from now on. If that Cheese and the Aegis just end up on either the Jar or the Razor, he finished up the Shiva's guard nice, and no Agnums just yet, but with the Repel, Aegis, they can't hit him for like a solid 30 seconds in those fights. This is why LG tries to contest this.
Oh, and there it is. Blink, Walrus Punch. Chalice in a little bit of trouble. Gets all the way back over to the Shrine. They don't take this Aegis just yet, and I think they desperately need this.
Have to deal with the rocket spam from the Tinker. He's out of mana though, so that gives him a little bit of a breather and a high ground to defend.
Let's see what they're able to do. And now IGV, they smoke up. They're looking to re-engage. Maybe just look for the kills and look to end this game without the Aegis. As they blink on forward, there's the Shadow Blade and the blink away. And a little bit short from that Tusk. Gives
a little bit of hesitation.
But the ward placed, I think they might be looking to lead maybe with a Chaotic Offering.
Yeah, they already positioned super far back, actually, just so he can drop it on the high ground.
Or just the upheaval.
slow is
They've
also
got the
nasty.
static link. The shards are perfect as Ame forced back. But FY, he's going to eat the brunt of this damage that was taken from Ame onto Miracle. They'll get the kill. They back him off. No buyback for 67 seconds.
60 seconds, that's the ration. This might even be high ground.
There it is. Aegis picked up on Miracle. They'll get the cheese. Now you look over as the snowball comes through on a Chalice. They have the urn, but no vision.
I think they just straight up run down mid. They need LGD needs the Tinker to constantly sit on the high ground now, defend to tier 3, which isn't even there anymore, but he has to kind of stay on this in this area in the mid lane and can't do much.
And it's just repel straight on through, all the way to the racks, trying to eat this March of the Machines as well as whatever LGD is throwing their way with this Tinker. Back off for a moment. They take the Shrine. The team continuing to posture. There's the Avalanche toss. Miracle in a little bit of trouble as the repel comes through. They don't have the damage just yet. Laser hits on a Miracle. He's got to play this a little bit safer. They can't just give up this Aegis and all of a sudden think about pulling him back, but it's the snowball save from Dogfights.
Yeah, they settle for the Shrine. They force out some spells. They poke a little bit around, look for mistakes. Realizing, nothing to do here. They're just going to group up, potentially go for another smoke gank. Shrine is available for them over here as well.
Yeah, they could heal up and fake all the way back towards their base and smoke up, go back in. And it's not really a fake at this point. It's more of just, now it's just a smoke gank.
They set the pace of this game. LGD doesn't have a say in what is happening next in the game. And that's with the Tinker. It's really, they have to play reaction to the actions of IG instead of doing their own thing. They can't really go for aggressive smoke ganks. Tinker's not the best hero for that. We haven't seen a single infest bomb this game so far, due to the fact that Lifesteal is so far behind. If they gang somebody and the Razor's around, he's just gonna static link them up, and where's the damage on the Lifestealer? Non-existent.
They get together, they smoke up, but I think this was
On
caught
ward.
in vision in the ward over mid. So sitting over mid is Ame for now. He backs all the way off. IGV. Ags here on the Omni Knight. Let's see what they can do. Let's see. Maybe they push a tier 3 to try and force something. They see that there is in July over towards top. So Omni Knight will not be there to join them just yet. Wing Builder down a little bit further from FY, but still, IGV, they gotta commit to something, in my opinion. The smoke didn't lead to anything, so why not just push? You have the Aegis to work with.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, they can't really get picked off solo, unless it's like maybe the Warlock running around alone. But we're probably not going to see the summon. So they're going to slow push again with the repel on the high ground. Then comes out a Miracle.
Oop, blink, Walrus Punch, Ame, Static Link is here. Miracle could chase a little bit if he really felt necessary. Got 105 damage. There's the rockets coming through the open wounds. Avalanche toss all the way back into the base, and now it's going to be a little bit of trouble. They pop that Aegis really quickly, but that's the Static Storm used, and that didn't land on anything. So now they've got the Razor back alive again. Now he's got to get himself out with the repel. They try to take the racks. There's the glyph. And they continue to posture up. Upheaval, Avalanche, do they have it? Guardian Angel, Chaotic Offering, that's going to be laid on top of a couple of these heroes on the side of LGD. You take a look over at Ame, he's got the Lincoln Sphere on him, but no longer with that rage. There's the Rocket Barrage, the kill, he's gone for 75 seconds. They're right on top of, maybe they have the damage. They might be able to get the kill with the rocket coming through and the homing missile too. Dominating is Cicada, down he goes for 100 seconds, and they try to trade Chalice for Cicada, trying to make something happen. That tree's not going to be enough. The homing missile coming through, X-Nova drops. And it is 4 dead, 1 with buyback. Chalice trying to run away. He's all the way back in the base as the homing missile chased him there. And it is IGV in the driver's seat of this game, looking to finish it off and split the series at 1. And they are so close, they can feel it.
They're not gonna stop here. They have at least 4 racks locked down. They even find Chalice.
Yeah, they find Chalice. This is a problem. 4 staff away, but the upheaval, the snowball. Chalice goes down. No buyback. Everybody dead, but the Earth Spirit goes straight for tier 4s. Go for the jugular, says IGV. And with the call down, no GG is even called from LGD. And they just don't have the time to bring this back. And there it finally is. LGD call GG. That is the IGV of old finally showing its face with this new lineup. And they split the series at 1. So look at that. IGV bringing it all the way back to a 1-1 split of the series. They show up that game, and it wasn't exactly the Ame show equivalent, but it's impressive to beat LGD that way.
Yeah, and just I don't want to say complete failure on the lifestealer, but he really got outpicked, and just the triple core Gyro Razor Omni Knight just running them down and establishing an advantage. That was too much to handle for just the lifestealer and the Tinker, who can't really participate early on in those fights.
It just seemed like once Ame had that bad start and he just died and died and died, you talked about how the Radiance just wasn't really going to work out for him, and it never did. Ame was never able to really grip his feet into the ground and start running forward. He was always running away, and IGV take full advantage of just a better draft, honestly, on their end, and they get the win over LGD, splitting the series at 1, which is very important in this group stage. LGD, one of the stronger teams in this Group B, with VGJ Thunder, Newbie, IGV, eHome, and Team Max, and splitting the series at 1, getting that 1 point is very important. And they split the series even. We'll be back with the next series in just a moment. That next series is LFY versus Vici Gaming Potential, with their second to last series in their group stage. They're sitting in second right now with 3 points after 3 series, and we'll be back with that in just a moment. I'm your caster, BCop, joined here by Bottom of the Moon on Twitter. I am at BCop92. He is at Bottom of the _Moon. We'll be back with the next series in just a moment. Stay right there. We really appreciate you guys watching and sticking with us this entire time, and we'll be back in just a moment.